Bonjour YouTube, bonjour les gens de la VOD, bienvenue dans ce dernier stream, cette dernière vidéo sur Stray Gods. Aujourd'hui, c'est l'acte 3, et j'espère qu'on va démasquer le meurtrier et, euh, et régler toute cette affaire. La semaine dernière, on a été assez triste quand même, il s'est passé pas mal de choses. Il y a eu la backstory d'Aphrodite, il y a eu la mort de Freddy. Voilà. Pardon. J'espère que ça se passera mieux cette fois. C'est parti. Du coup, on rallume la manette. Voilà.
I'm sorry it came to this, Grace. It's clear what your friend meant to you.
It should have been me, not her.
Don't say that.
This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die, if anyone paid the price.
Your friend gave you the chance to not repeat history. Don't waste it. Grace, is that how Calliope died? Was she also attacked by the Furies? Do you remember?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
No doubt sent by the same person. Perhaps for the same reason.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
There's only one use for that mirror. To speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates know all that is or will be. Destiny is theirs to command. Or so it's said. One contacts them either to know one's fate, or to change it. Not that the Fates are likely to oblige.
Can these fates really control the future?
They control the fate of all beings. I imagine it's they who give Apollo his powers, and they who write Hecate's books.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, it seems.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
They're not known to be vindictive. If they don't want to answer, they simply won't.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
No one does, not these days. Hecate herself would have been my guess. Zeus might have, in his role as king of old Olympus, but he is long gone.
Clearly someone can do it.
Unless they weren't summoned. They could have been responding to something you did unwittingly, something Calliope also did. And what that could be? I'm afraid I have no clue.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
Think of them as forces of nature, but an aspect mortals rarely encounter. They're older than any idol. They were created to enforce the ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Well, there were. Laws even the idols had to obey, from the earliest days of old Olympus. Even if they still existed and you'd broken one, we would all know. These are not petty crimes one stumbles into.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They exist to punish. They demanded blood, and blood was taken. It didn't need to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
They wouldn't have rested, not ever, until they had their due.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Well, there is another way to ask them.
I wondered how long that would take. Hecate is enraged. She's threatened to close off the reliquary entirely and forever. Athena is beside herself.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You just had to keep pushing, didn't you? Until you got what you wanted.
This isn't about me. We're out of options, Apollo, and you know there's only one other way to contact the Fates.
Oh, how convenient.
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. Then why did you come, Apollo? To gloat? To wish Grace well? Or to actually help? Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and, overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
So if we go to Hades and, find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into, exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Is there really no other way to talk to these Fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No. Hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the Fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
Oh, it's another crazy plan, right?
Grace,
I know, but there's no point in stopping now, is there?
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
Hold on, wait. What does that mean? If her soul is in Hades, then...
It means the ruler of Hades can release her.
Ouh!
That's assuming everything remained as it was.
Apollon, il est venu pour quoi déjà? Ben, c'est exactement ce qu'a dit Perséphone. T'es venu pour jubiler ou pour souhaiter bonne chance? On sait pas. On sait pas.
Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Ouais, comme Eurydice. Surtout, te retourne pas si tu la récupères. I know.
Shall I wait here, or...
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Est-ce qu'il l'a appelé them? Est-ce qu'il a utilisé un pronom neutre pour parler de Hermès?
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace, and, Persephone, Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
This is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Ouais, ok. Donc vraiment en français ils ont mis il alors que c'est they en anglais.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Freddie's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay. Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah.
Moi je trouve qu'elle a un style éclaté au sol, mais bon, chacun son truc.
Feels like the right thing?
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
Oui, mamie, emmène-moi. J'aime bien le fait qu'on doive choisir entre enquêter avec Mommy et enquêter avec Daddy.
Welcome to the real underworld.
Et pourtant, non, il y a juste une poubelle ici. C'était pas une poubelle, c'était son coffre. C'était son coffre de bagnole.
It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect.
Tiens donc, Orphée. C'est compliqué le coffre portail pour ranger les courses. Mais je crois qu'il y a les actives, mais sinon c'est des portes normales. Hein.
He'll be waiting for us.
You didn't think to mention
Comme la porte de Grace.
earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's
Oui.
what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
On va faire une rap battle, quoi.
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he
Il nous rappelle bien. L'inspiration, c'est bien. Vous connaissez Orphée et Eurydice?
once
Ça vous dit quelque chose?
came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see. And with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours.
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Vraiment, le truc le moins réaliste de ce jeu, c'est Grace qui ne connaît absolument rien à la mythologie grecque. Je refuse d'y croire. C'est pas possible d'en savoir aussi peu.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Alors qu'elle est chanteuse et goth et queer. Genre, c'était mon cul. Littéralement, elle a toutes les cases qui font que ça l'intéresse un minimum. Et au-delà de ça, genre, c'est juste de la culture générale. En vrai. Je connais quelqu'un qui en sait aussi peu. Et malheureusement, il y en a sûrement. Hein. Mais je trouve ça fou. Et en vrai, j'ai conscience, tu vois, que c'est pour que le joueur ait toutes les infos possibles. Mais
Come. It's time to cross the Styx.
il est où, Charon? Laura Charon? Du coup, on découvre que Perséphone elle est habillée aux couleurs de l'enfer. J'aime bien.
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Ah, il est gros son bateau. C'est Charon. Arrête, t'as déjà vu une géante la semaine dernière.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Kore Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again. No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
My name is Grace, and I'm here to save my friend Freddie. Have you seen her?
He says he has. She spoke a great deal as they crossed the river, and that made him very happy.
C'est vrai qu'elle était bavarde.
Happy? Why happy?
I don't imagine Corone gets much company these days, Grace. No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See? You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him.
Mais oui, il faut être gentil avec lui, le pauvre.
Let's get underway, Corone. It's a long ride to the throne room.
Attends, mais ça veut dire que c'est officiel dans cet univers, c'est les Grecs qui avaient raison pour ce qu'il avait après la mort. Non, justement, elle a dit que comme les gens ne croyaient plus à l'Hadès, ils n'y se retrouvaient plus. En fait, le principe, je pense que c'est tu vas dans l'enfer auquel tu crois. Enfin, en tout cas, tu vas dans l'après-vie à laquelle tu crois. Et donc, ben, comme plus personne croit à ça, il n'y a plus personne. C'est pour ça qu'elle a dit c'est déserté maintenant. C'est un principe que j'aime bien.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse.
Alors, oui, Freddy, c'est parce qu'elle a vu de ses propres yeux, et aussi, ils ont dit que parce qu'elle a été tuée par les furies, elle s'est forcément retrouvée là. C'est ce qu'ils ont expliqué.
Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes, then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Ilia's dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddie, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
was no right or wrong. It wasn't your fault. You didn't belong. If my life was stolen, I wouldn't know where to turn. Candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
We
coming.
might have a problem.
A wolf is waiting in the
This
tomb.
bard's already
Someone's
dead,
coming.
but you can defeat him.
I can feel them howling at the
My
moon.
help.
Don't forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been. What happened to the music?
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Benny. Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song, a welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse, any requests? Questions?
My friend is dead. Can you help me?
Loop. The river keeps secrets deep in the water. How far do you sink till you're buried below? I challenged the fates and found my Eurydice, but you had to kill her, and I won't let it go. You're asking the wrong person.
It wasn't your fault. How are you to react? It wasn't your fault. Now there's no turning back. If my love was taken, I wouldn't know where to turn. Your candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
This tete-a-tete is over. If he's the victim, what am I?
Queen, let's not lose our composure. The muse understands.
Well, I won't comply. I'd rather die.
I have nothing but a dark and empty hole, wanting something to fill a shallow soul. I am the king of constant sorrow with a throne room.
It's not your throne, Orpheus.
It will be until you admit you were wrong.
I wouldn't go there. It's too much for you, and I'm not sorry for your mistake.
Don't you think that you're kicking a man who's already down just to wear some ridiculous crown and wander around here slumming?
To take back what's mine, I'd do far, far more.
You're that, dear muse? Best believe her.
This is ridiculous. It wasn't your fault. You were never to blame. Hades was a monster. We were a part of his game. Orpheus, where's your fire? When will the music return?
The candle isn't finished. It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn.
doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
We all throw our secrets into the water. The shoreline is littered with every regret.
I'm not too proud of all that's washed up here. I'll put it behind me.
And I won't forget. You're letting it go. And I won't forget.
I'd forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
An empty chair for an empty kingdom.
It doesn't sound like it brings you anything but bad memories.
Perhaps you're right. All the reasons I wanted it are long gone now.
Let's go.
Feel better?
Yes. That makes what I have to tell you all the more difficult, however. I lied. Even if we could find Freddy, you couldn't bring her back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
And the fates?
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them, they will not care. And never have.
Wait, what? None of it was true? At all?
I couldn't risk the chance you might refuse. I'm sorry.
That's it then. We came here for nothing.
I doubt the fates would have responded even to the mirror, Grace. And the boundaries of death cannot be commanded away. Not even by the ruler of Hades.
Il faut aller voir Thanatos.
Which you weren't gonna share. Not while you still had a shot at sticking it to Hades.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Hey.
Freddy, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
But you sacrificed yourself. For me.
Well, yeah. I'd do anything for you, Grace. Hey, what was the alternative? I let the Furies kill you instead? That's not how this story ends.
This isn't a story, Fred.
You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it. Without me. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
My idol is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection. It's why the idols have forgotten so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Alors, dans un whodunit, c'est de la triche, ça. Vous demandez à la personne tuée qui l'a tué. Il faut qu'on enquête.
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have, but I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No, I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
Start with Apollo. How is he involved in all this?
Apollo delivered, with great reluctance, a prophecy that said I needed to die.
And who did he deliver this prophecy to?
Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I
J'en étais sûr.
fled back to the mortal world. To you.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
I don't blame you, in case you're wondering.
You don't?
You didn't ask for all this to happen. You did the best you could, Calliope.
Thank you for saying that, Grace. Truly.
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
You went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
It doesn't just involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't hesitate.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
That's it then. Now we know the whole truth.
We need to confront Athena. Apollo, too, for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
Bah Grace, c'est la dernière muse. À partir du moment où Calliope est morte et lui a transmis les Dolons, c'est devenu elle la dernière muse, donc il y a toujours une muse.
We
Et oui, c'est pour ça qu'elle voulait l'exécuter vite.
don't know that.
Time to say goodbye, I guess.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries.
Pardon, j'interromps. Non, Mahogany, en fait, il aurait fallu que Calliope puisse pas transmettre les Dolons et qu'elle meure toute seule. Mais comme elle a pu, il y a toujours une muse.
I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go.
I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go.
It's time to go. Will I know where to go without you to guide the way across the storming seas? I've had a compass bright and clear. Listen to me when I say, whatever path from which you think you strayed, you will find your way. But it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. It was quick and so was I. I was not prepared to die, but grace, I choose this. and I know you'll get by.
It's time.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud, Grace.
Freddie, I gave everything to watch you go. I know.
Now it's time to go.
It's time to go.
Oh la vache.
You've returned. And I see Freddie isn't with you. I'm so sorry, Grace. Did you at least get to speak to the Fates?
No.
Then what happened?
Then we found Calliope.
Calliope, but her Eidolon is inside you. How
It
could...
doesn't work like that. The Eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy, how you warned her, how you've been lying to us. You knew. You knew the truth this entire time, even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Why did you say you'd help? You could have stayed out of it.
I tried that. You wouldn't let me.
Oh, so now it's my fault?
Whatever you were trying to do, Apollo, you failed. We know the prophecy now.
Then it's done. You're locked into it.
Isn't the prophecy open to interpretation? Couldn't you be wrong about how it ends?
When am I not wrong, Grace?
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at. I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. But if she believes you need to die in order to save the idols, if she truly believes that, it won't matter what anyone says.
Look, about what happened in Hades.
Which part? The part where I gave up what I've always wanted? Or the part where I used you just to get there? The truth is out now, for everything. It's freeing, in a way. I intend to keep my promise. We go to the trial and I'll help you, even if it means overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
Great. Pan? Are you here? Pan! All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
No, I wanted to apologize.
Apologize? To me? Well...
For thinking you might be behind Calliope's murder. Turns out that's not the case.
Oh, then you've learned something, haven't you? Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way? Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I have any advice to offer.
Okay, where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die, just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
I doubt Athena would agree. Or many of the other idols, for that matter.
Yes, well, if history says anything about the idols, it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
I know you care about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I just came to talk. I want to sort this out. If I can.
I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
I know how Persephone feels. But not you. You'd have every right to be furious with me.
Of all the people who've lied to me lately, I least expected it from you.
It made so much sense at the time, but now it's almost a relief to have it out in the open. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
Well, couldn't it be? You said yourself, prophecies don't always work the way you think they will.
That's true. I did say that.
J'avoue, il a une vibe de Paul dans Tekken 4.
I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
Yeah, I get it. It's not easy, but I get it.
I suppose I'll see you at the trial, Grace. I wish you all the best.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
Apologizing really isn't my style, Grace.
Stranger things have happened.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry. There, you have it. Are you satisfied?
It's a start.
Is it any easier out there? Do you miss being a mortal, Grace?
It's been a week, Persephone. If I live past the trial, I'll let you know.
Yes, the trial.
It's a whole thing, I hear.
Whatever happens, Calliope will approve of us defying Athena.
Allez, c'est parti. Oh, c'est l'auditorium du début. J'ai fait tout les 7h10, ça va être easy. Est-ce qu'on va voir les deux potes là? Les deux gars du groupe?
So this is it.
Ou ça va vraiment
Your
arrêter
new
d'être des
friends have
personnages?
lied to you, but somehow they're gonna get you through the trial, right? I wish Freddy were here. Like a boat lost at sea,
C'est reparti.
with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. I'll embrace the fire as it burns deep inside, bright enough to guide me, an ocean defied. But as I burn, they've all turned away one by one. In the end, am I alone? Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, no breeze. I am drifting cold water, no star to be seen. In your heart, we remain. You do not sail in vain. In my
Do not sail in vain.
Oh là là.
Okay, here we go. Hello?
Encore ces putains de cookies là.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
I thought this was Olympus.
Not this office building. My word, no.
Elle est où la chouette? Je pense qu'elle est à l'endroit du procès.
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
Ouf. Voilà.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing. Let's begin, shall we?
Comment il m'énerve avec son aspect, sa façon de parler doucereuse là.
Brothers, sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
And you'll be the one deciding which of those extreme measures is implemented, right? You and no one else.
When has there ever been anyone else? Each of you is here because I brought you here. I protected you. I carved out this space in a strange land so we could survive. I am at this trial to tell you that, as always, I will look out for you. I will save you. Trust in me, Pallas Athena, daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything it takes to keep you all alive.
You'll do anything? It must be difficult. Feeling as if everything is on your shoulders, and yours alone. One moment of weakness and it all falls apart. You've been doing this for so long, you don't even know how to stop, do you?
Oh, dear child, why on earth would I stop?
Because what you've done is wrong. If it wasn't, then why not come clean? Go on. Tell them about Apollo's prophecy. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
This is your chance to end it, Athena. Your last chance. I know you want to save the idols, but there has to be some part of you that understands you've gone too far.
Nothing is too far!
No? Not even murdering Calliope? She didn't deserve your protection? I don't? Tell them.
Yes, it's me. It's me. Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done. Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. You, it's not just you. Time to put you in check. There are other idols too. You irritating speck. Aren't you aware? Sorry, little bird. It's time. These people time to bring your next little girls. Seems like a theme here. I grabbed the brass ring, but then what to do?
Oh, le saxophone!
A great shiny throne, but still in the darkness. Kill her today, and Athena, that's you too. Of course you would make it all about you. Still, it might be worth listening to another view. None of you see. So it's down to me. It's fine. I'll take all the blame. I'll take all the pain. Think you see it all? You just see a scrap. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through. I won't have you dying for me. It's not how this should work. I need you to see you're lost in a moment, lost in a song, but the thinking's all wrong. This whole sacrifice deal, you can live without needing to kill. It's the right thing to do. The right place to be.
Grace, I love you. Oh, not in that way. I just meant to say you're great, Grace, and I'm with you. Or I'm not with you. I'm just with you. You know what I mean?
Terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I'll need to stand here too. I really need to. Please do accept my apology.
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place? You set off hoping you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was in sight. There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is. I leave it up to you what to do with this. I forgive you, Athena. Look into me. I know what I see. Yes, a monster. I've met monsters who weren't monsters. I'm a monster to me. I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, all of you. I wish Calliope could know it too. She does. She hears you. Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And? So you're in charge now, I'm guessing.
For the moment, but it appears we're about to have a repeat of what happened in Hades.
What does that mean?
It means we are disbanding the chorus. Not only that, we have decided to reveal ourselves to the mortal world.
You're planning to tell everyone what we really are? Isn't that risky?
It won't be right away, so those who are too fearful can go into hiding. But it's time. No more laws, no more secrets.
You all agreed to this? No argument?
No argument? Grace, you know us. We cannot order lunch without a good argument.
Wasn't it you, Grace, who said we should stop living in the past?
Well, sure, but I didn't think you were listening.
What can I say? I'm trying something different. Plus, this is what Calliope was fighting for.
Calliope would definitely approve.
If there's no chorus, does that mean idols just do whatever they want?
As much as anyone can.
What about Medusa? I hate to think what she's gonna do.
We're not certain where Medusa is, actually. We believe Athena may have dealt with her before the trial.
As for the rest of us, we'll be subject to mortal authorities and their laws.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Quite so.
What about Athena? She can't be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
That's a switch.
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
Oh, now that's an old tune.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
I can't believe you're giving up another throne, Persephone.
It won't be a hardship. Athena wore the fabric rather thin.
You know what I mean.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have been proud to serve in your course, sister.
Thank you, brother. Truly. I'd like a moment alone with Grace. Well, you did it, Grace. The trial has come and gone, and you're still standing.
We did it. I would have been lost if you hadn't stood beside me.
I'm still not entirely certain what possessed me.
Maybe you're not as cold-hearted and ruthless as you think you are.
How dare you?
Sometimes even idols are capable of change. You said it yourself.
Obviously, the freedom the rest of the idols have extends to you as well. I can't compel you to remain. And yet I am asking you to do so.
Of course I'll stay. You'll all start arguing again the minute I leave, otherwise.
You have quite the estimation of your abilities if you think you can stop us from arguing.
Or I could just go.
Oh, fine. Yes, we need you.
Was that so hard to say?
Ready to go out and face the music, Grace?
Always.
Ooh.
Of course you're both here.
Vraiment, faut arrêter de rentrer chez les gens par effraction.
In my apartment. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
I'm told the concert went well. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted.
Somehow the Oracle has managed to get a recording of every show you've done. I believe she's a bit starstruck.
You can tell her it's okay to come in person. She's on the list.
That would require her to get out from behind her screens.
Everyone here has also been busy. Would you like to hear the latest?
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
You heard correctly. Venus wanted to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
You're being uncharitable, sister. I was at one of Venus's rallies, and it was rather invigorating.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
You mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
Who could blame him?
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
I have. She left the city, as she felt uncomfortable with all the attention on the idols.
Terrified, you mean?
It was more that mortals expected the goddess of wisdom to have sage advice, and she no longer trusts her judgment.
No surprise there.
You don't still worry about her, brother, after all she's done?
I think of her off in the far north, living alone in the wilderness, punishing herself until the end of her days. I know it's her own choosing, but it seems like such a waste.
C'est tout ce que je voulais savoir.
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still at the reliquary?
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
It doesn't hurt that they seem enraptured with each other's company.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Didn't Hecate say it is written that she and the Minotaur would eventually break up?
Well, eventually, for Hecate could be centuries from now.
In the meantime, she gushes about her new boyfriend like a schoolgirl.
You should hear Asterion, then. His gushing puts hers to shame. I'm happy for them both.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the Oracle tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
As far as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Soon, I think. All the attention on the idols is proving rather taxing.
Ooh, running away again, brother.
I suppose you could say that. Really, I just came by to see Grace and apologize one last time.
I told you don't need to keep doing that.
Yes, well, I'm glad things worked out as they did. You'll all be fine without me.
You know, one day you will learn, brother. Not today, but someday.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Not unless you count my many trips to Hades. No. It's business as always.
Trips to Hades?
I am no longer its queen, but I am still the most familiar with its workings. And Hades is changing. Perhaps it's the mere fact that the mortal world is aware of us again. I don't know. Or something else is stirring.
Is this something we should be concerned about, sister?
Non, ce sera pour Stray Gods 2.
Not yet. I'll let you know. As for everything else, the club continues, more popular than ever. The world turns. What more is there to say?
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
On the contrary, you absolutely did.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Kind of feels like this is it, huh? Like we won't see each other for a long time.
No. Not like this.
Non, je sais pas s'il y a des infos sur une suite, mais c'est... Ils ont mis des petites miettes pour préparer le terrain.
You're right.
has changed.
Stormy skies clear, soft breeze blow.
The ocean lies calm, stars are out.
We'll chart our paths, I've no doubt.
Where will we end up with different routes? A fresh coat of paint, sails unfurled, ready to go.
Watching the shore as we drift away.
Lost in the sunrise, parting mists of gray.
Sailing to new water, the rush of a new day.
Everything has changed. Everything.
Bravo! Bravo, bravo! C'est la fin! Putain, Raoul Colli! Felicia Day! Oh là là! Eh ben... C'était Stray Gods, et c'est une seule des 3 routes. Je vous invite à jouer au jeu en fait. C'est vachement bien. Il y a d'autres histoires apparemment, d'autres possibilités. Voilà. Moi j'ai beaucoup aimé, j'ai trouvé ça très touchant, très beau. Les chansons étaient vraiment bien. Je le ferai quand j'aurai une promo. Oui. Mais... ouais, franchement, je suis très contente. C'était très touchant, c'était très beau. C'était très joli. Un plaisir. Et du coup, on avait raison la semaine dernière, c'était bien Athéna. On avait bien deviné. Bravo à nous. Donc vous connaissez le coupable, hein, même si, voilà, vous y jouez. Tiens, t'auras jamais mangé un seul cookie. Eh non. Et du coup, je suis contente parce que j'ai la soundtrack complète, donc avec toutes les chansons et toutes les versions des chansons. Donc là, je vais pouvoir écouter l'album vert, et je referai le jeu, et j'écouterai l'album bleu et l'album rouge plus tard. Mais Ouais, c'était cool. Je sais pas du coup si le genre musical change un petit peu quand tu fais d'autres décisions, d'autres choix. Mais ouais, c'est intéressant. Le procès était moins incroyable que dans les 7h30, mais ça va. Moi j'ai bien aimé le fait que ça commence en oui, c'est le procès de Grace, et très vite Grace commence à parler et ça devient le procès d'Athéna. Elle a complètement retourné le truc. J'ai trouvé ça marrant. Pas marrant. J'ai trouvé ça cool. Mais ouais, puis c'était bien écrit, je trouve. Ça donne envie de voir plus de cet univers en fait. Ne serait-ce que pour voir les autres dieux, qu'est-ce qui leur est arrivé, pourquoi ils ont disparu, comment c'était avant, on pourrait voir dans d'autres époques. Franchement, il y a beaucoup de potentiel en fait à cet univers-là. On pourrait raconter beaucoup de choses dedans et beaucoup de styles d'histoire. Et ça m'intéresse vraiment beaucoup. Ouais, il y a beaucoup de matière. Alors que c'est très simple en soi. Le principe est extrêmement simple, et même déjà vu, mais ça fonctionne super bien. C'est vraiment bien. Je suis ravi, j'ai beaucoup aimé. Et j'espère que vous aussi vous avez beaucoup aimé en tout cas. Voilà. Ça sent bon le shampoing. Oh, il y a une liste de remerciements longue comme ma bite. Regardez-moi ça. Mais je m'attendais à un jeu un peu plus dense sans que ce soit un défaut. Oui, c'est vrai. Je pensais pas que ça allait être que du dialogue. Je pensais aussi qu'il y aurait un minimum de gameplay, que ça allait se rapprocher en fait de jeux Telltale. Perso, je trouve l'équilibre pas mal pour un jeu à la mode comédie musicale. Oui. Après voilà, oui, c'est vraiment les dialogues qui ont la part belle. C'est plus un genre de visual novel qu'un vrai jeu en vrai. Même si c'est un visual novel à choix multiples. La liste s'est pas arrêtée, hein. Mais ouais, c'était bien. Et ouais, les personnages sont vraiment attachants, je trouve, vraiment intéressants. J'ai envie d'en connaître plus. De connaître plus de personnages et d'en connaître plus sur eux. Genre la chanson d'Aphrodite avec son background pendant la Seconde Guerre mondiale et tout, genre c'est trop intéressant. Pour un visual novel, c'est un peu court. Oui. En vrai, moi, mon premier visual novel, c'était les visual novels Metal Gear Solid, et c'était plus court que ça. Hein. Mais ouais. Après voilà, c'est plus court aussi parce qu'il y a plusieurs choix, donc en soi il y a 3 histoires en une. Et du coup, comme on avait choisi Freddy, ça n'a pas abouti, mais je serais curieuse de voir jusqu'où vont les options de romance aussi. Si on peut aller jusqu'à vraiment être ensemble à la fin, ou si c'est juste du flirt, ça m'intrigue. C'est vrai que le backstory se laisse un peu sur la fin. Ouais, un petit peu, ouais. Genre, par exemple, Eros, je comprends que il est surtout là pour mettre en perspective Aphrodite. Mais du coup, lui, il a pas vraiment d'histoire à lui, en fait. On sait juste qu'il est en dépression parce qu'il est triste pour sa femme. Mais c'est tout. La liste est toujours là. Mais ok, on est au T. C'est par ordre alphabétique, on en est au T. On arrive, on arrive. Par contre, j'ai pas trop compris le traitement du personnage. Ah oui, sa mère, pardon. J'ai pas trop compris le traitement du personnage de Méduse. Oui, je suis d'accord. C'était un peu chelou. Surtout qu'on nous sous-entend qu'elle a été tuée. J'ai trouvé ça bizarre aussi. Mais du coup, ouais, j'ai vraiment un peu l'impression d'avoir vu un opéra ou une tragédie au théâtre. Ça s'en rapproche, je trouve. Donc c'est cool. C'est cool. Bon. En tout cas, merci YouTube d'avoir suivi Stray Gods jusqu'au bout. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Si vous avez aimé la vidéo, aimez la vidéo. Si vous avez aimé la vidéo, laissez un commentaire sous la vidéo, c'est important. Et merci aux gens qui le font, vraiment. Et si vous avez aimé la vidéo, abonnez-vous à Bibi, la vidéaste. Et on se voit à la prochaine vidéo, qui va être une vidéo très très spéciale. Voilà, mais vous qui êtes que devant les VOD et pas devant les streams, vous ne savez pas. J'ai hâte. J'ai très très hâte. C'est dans 2 jours. Allez. À bientôt.